Hold up. Turn this TV down. All right, so welcome to Gallon Sector. Now, Shane Black, director, screenwriter. He worked on pictures such as the Lethal Weapon franchise, Predator, the original. He was also an actor in there. You might remember he had glasses, and he almost made it to the chopper. But Iron Man 3 and Predator's a new Predator coming out, and supposedly Arnold Schwarzenegger's supposed to be a part of it. But anyway, Shane Black, famous director, and he's talking about Iron Man 3, Mandarin, the villain. And he said that it wasn't Kevin Feige's idea, but supposedly everybody involved thought that everybody would just eat up and really love and enjoy the turn of what they did to Mandarin in Iron Man 3. Anybody who wasn't a comic fan probably enjoyed it or thought it was funny. But for us hardcore comic fans, and even if you wasn't a hardcore Iron Man comic fan, even if you just watched the animated television series that they had of Iron Man, Mandarin was a big deal, and he was one of Iron Man's villain, one of his most memorable villains, and they just screwed that up. Maybe it was funny to some. Maybe it was funny to them because they're not comic fans. I don't know. Maybe there are some comic fans that thought it was funny and thought that was a good turn of events. But a lot of us comic fans were very displeased with that. And Shane Black goes on to say that that was Marvel's way of apologizing when they made that one shot about, the Mandarin still being out there somewhere. You can see the guy who was supposed to be the actor, Ben Kingsley, playing the actor who was supposed to be playing the Mandarin, get locked up and go to jail. And then later on you see that the Mandarin is still out there. I'll put a link of that in the description below so you can see that one shot, how they tell you the Mandarin is still out there. But he said that was their apology. And I mean, it really, the only way I think that apology is really going to do any justice is if they actually do make a fourth Iron Man film and the Mandarin's at least a villain in there that Tony interacts with. But Shane Black said it wasn't his idea. And also there was an issue with the main villain of the film that Guy Pearce played, with the extremist virus. He was supposed to be, it was supposed to be a female. So I think Rebecca Hall's character had a longer role when she was also the villain of the film. But they were scared and thought they would lose a lot of money because female toys don't sell. Obviously, toys are still a big deal in movies, especially action movies, superhero movies, because they worried about this with the Avengers. Said they didn't make any Black Widow toys really because female toys don't sell. Female characters don't sell, especially when it's action characters. They don't sell too well. Not as well as the male ones. Now, there are some girls that buy action figures, but probably not as many as boys. But even boys, they probably get sometimes the girl if they see them there. But I don't remember me getting too many female action figures. If I did, it was just to have them there. I remember having April O'Neil with my Ninja Turtles when I was young. Just because it was April O'Neil. I wanted April O'Neil. I feel like her and Michelangelo should have a relationship. But seriously, Shane Black also goes on to talk about fans just wanted to see rings that shoot lasers. No, that's not all we wanted to see. You pumped up this character in the trailers, and the trailers were phenomenal. We thought we was going to get a really menacing villain, and you had a great opportunity to make a great Marvel villain. One that would have probably went down as one of the best villains on, in cinema. Because the Mandarin seemed so devastating. He was like a terrorist. He was hunting Tony down. He blew up his house for goodness sakes. He was setting off bombs. He was executing people on television. You could have really done some good stuff with that. Even if the end scene didn't involve that guy that Tony just straight up blew off, some 20 years earlier almost. And it was the Mandarin. You had all of Tony's suits versus the main villain, the Mandarin with his 10 rings. And it wasn't just lasers that they shoot. You had electricity, you had ice, gravity, what else? Fire. He had a bunch of different type of abilities. And all those suits would have been more than enough to take on him and his 10 different power settings or whatever. I just think if you didn't go with that funny turn, I'm just an actor, they paid me, the Mandarin's not real, that the Mandarin could have turned out to be a great villain. And even propel the film to even higher to success because the film did really well. Even with that little turn of events with the Mandarin, it still did really well and made a lot of money. One of the highest grossing films ever. So, I mean, if the Mandarin was done right, or at least comic fans, which make up the majority of the criticism that you're going to get from these comic book movies, you would have pleased them to a further degree. I really think they messed up with that. And these actors, I don't know how deep they're into it, but if anybody feels like it's not a good idea, you might upset these comic fans, they need to speak up. For one, they wanted to change the name of Thor's hammer in the first Thor movie, and the script writer, I think his name is Zach, something, I can't remember what it is, but he told the director, oh no, we can't change it. The director was like, are the fanboys really going to be that pissed? He was like, yes, you got to keep the name of the hammer the same. It's a little tough to say, so that's why he wanted to change the name of the hammer. But, I mean, you got to please these fans. You got to please the comic fans first before you're trying to please. I mean, the general public's going to be pleased if you just make a good movie. Sometimes you make a terrible movie, they still pleased. But they're going to be pleased. These fans are the ones you want to please. But, they were fortunate with that one because Iron Man 3 still hit some really good points, especially with Tony and everything that happened after the Avengers. But it still made a lot of money and was really successful. I enjoyed most of the film up until the Mandarin wasn't what he was supposed to be. I mean, you had people with pictures of the Mandarin on their wall posters, and they had to rip that crap down once they found out the Mandarin was a joke. But anyway, that's all I had to say. Shane Black, I like his work. I enjoyed Predator. I enjoyed all the Lethal Weapons. I know he was one of the guys who really started the buddy cop type of feeling you see in movies, and it started with Lethal Weapon. But it actually started before then, but he really took it to another level with Lethal Weapon, and I really enjoyed it. Write some comments, like the video if you like it, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. People. Here's the thing. I saw on MTV.com that they were saying the Black Panther movie has to be twice as good if it wants to succeed. Like twice as good as what? I don't know. I mean, they didn't say any standards. They just said twice as good.